Hello, you guys, and welcome to the Woman's Cave.
I wasn't even trying to take it from her today because today she said that her ears were getting old. Not the rest of her, just her ears. But I'm still trying to figure out how her ears are getting old if she's not getting any older than 23.
Well, you know that the ears exist a little earlier than like certain things.
Winona.
So I feel that in the womb, that's why my ears are older.
Did you just try to like science your way out of that?
Yeah, I did. I did a good job though, didn't I?
I'm Jade. And then Winona, apparently the queen of BS science.
That was
science BS. She is.
I'm getting paid well right now for being the queen of BS science.
Science BS. How are you getting paid well? And why am I not getting paid well if you're getting paid well?
You didn't join me on the subject. You should have majored in that in college.
Really? Really? I should have made it. Wow.
Anyway,
I feel some kind of way, y'all. I think she's throwing shade on my profession, which is sign language interpreting.
I'm not. Because you get paid well, so I can't be mad at you. Anyway, moving on, you guys. We wrote literary life guides of pop poetry.
No, before we say that, we are trying to get better with like pitching our own ideas and saying things. So here it is. We have the Ladies' Tale podcast and a new podcast. What's the name?
Oh, we have the writers class.
Yeah. So we have two new podcasts. Although, the writers class is great and all if y'all want to hear people talk about being professional. Or you can listen to the Ladies' Tale podcast, which we have the first pilot episode of The Managers, table read done there, and then an interview with all the actors, and then we're going to have other people have their stuff read. So it's going to be a fun podcast. So subscribe, right?
I have something to add to this. And we're hoping that the person we interviewed today will join us. Anyway, moving on. No pressure.
Wow, Nona. Wow. Okay, so yeah, we have literary life guides with pop poetry. Did I say it was Jade?
Yes, you did.
Okay, fabulous.
Ooh, girl, is your mind getting old?
Wow, no, because I'm still wrapping my mind around these ears. Okay, top 4. And I thought divorce was bad with other life lessons. And I thought being grown up was easy.
Both audible books.
Okay. Really? And I thought I did my journey alone, and if only I remain. So if y'all want like some new books for me to say, y'all have to like email me. Yeah, y'all know how that goes. Cause I'm not gonna say all of them. All right, and the 25 hottest indie authors, artists, and advocate magazine. That's what we do, and the literary magazines.
Magazines. Yes.
And you can check out everything your ladies are doing on www.andwethought.com.
I have never been so proud to get through an introduction in my life. You're here to hear about us. You're here to hear from our wonderful guests. Wonderful guests, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Thomas Carter Rochester. I'm an actor. I make things up for a living, and number 3 is a cool number.
Okay, so that. Yeah.
So that means you don't have a fear of the number 13. I was going to say the word for it, but it's so long.
No, that's so long.
And then I feel like people try to call me as a nerd, and I have questions.
Well, 13, when you add it together in numerology is a 4, and my birth year is a 4 if you add it all together, so.
There you go. Oh. See? So
this is what happens when you talk to a civil engineer.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I BS'd my way through that science right there.
Yeah, right through it. That should be like a saying that we have. Science your way through it.
There you go.
I definitely got an award in college for being the best BSer from a professor. And I still have that. And I'm very proud of it because I did BS my way through college.
I feel like
didn't we all?
Yes, we all did. It's cram in the last 5 minutes before the test and then forget it after the test.
I felt
Education.
Like when people ask you to write like this huge thesis paper, like I said what I had to say in the first page. So now I'm just like expanding it.
With BS.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gilding the lily.
It's a practice in writing from a thesaurus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
gilding the lily.
You, sir, have a lot of hats that you wear. First of all, we want to talk about acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been in? How do you get your mindset ready to do an acting job?
I've been in a lot of short films and little skits. I've been in a couple of commercials for Swipes 11 Wipes. It's a local product made in Florida. I don't remember how far I think it's in all Walmarts and CVS in the country. And I was in a banana boat commercial in Miami, Florida as well, with some fun people. And recently I was in a short film called Toilet Paper Jesus, which I wrote and directed and acted and did everything for, actually, for the Quarantine Chronicles Film Challenge here in the Gulf Coast area out of Pensacola. I live in Panama City. How I get my mindset right for acting, it really depends on the character. Some are very easy to do because it's like, oh, that's just me. That's fun me. Oh, that's not fun me. And then some are really hard because it's like, that is nothing like me whatsoever. Those I usually take a long time. I think it's a long time, up to a month of really getting in that mindset and sitting with that character. I was in a short film called Certainty where I had to play a racist character. And as time went on, my role kept getting bigger and bigger because of budget constraints. We had no budget, so that was an issue. But the time that we had to shoot everything and finding another cast member, so he combined two roles and just beefed up what I had. And I'm not a racist, so saying the words was hard, but getting myself angry was really easy because I just thought about the Washington Redskins. R.I.P. Bye-bye, finally.
I have so much to say about that, but it has
It's
nothing
so
to do with
little
the
time.
name.
Yeah.
It has everything to do. Can y'all win a game, please? Just
Oh,
once.
just one time.
The Redskins? No,
Yeah.
they can't because they suck.
Yeah, no, it's
Ooh.
yeah.
Although
We live in like the DMV, so we can
I mean,
talk.
really, should fans of the
That's fair.
Dolphins ever be putting shades on them?
Well, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, so.
I'm not. I would just assume that you were. I'm just saying it out there. If you're a fan of the Dolphins,
Hey, we don't need ugly comments in our. We already started. Now we're gonna have such ugly comments. We don't need ugly comments.
That is true.
It's okay. Have you seen their uniforms? They are garbage. Oh, the Dolphins uniforms are so ugly that's the joke. They're just that ugly. There's no metaphor. They're bad. They're real bad.
But on the upside, they do get to play in Miami, so who cares? I feel like those who play in Miami and Los Angeles, what's the point? I mean, you get paid well and you live in Miami
I don't know.
or Los Angeles. It's
The
good.
traffic is totally not worth it.
Really?
Well, we live in the DMV. We have pretty bad traffic.
We have like the worst traffic in the nation.
No. LA gets that crown.
I actually think Miami overtook them in this past year.
Oh, they did.
For the worst traffic. It takes right before quarantine officially started in Florida, which, wasn't really officially quarantine. I went to Broward County for a friend's wedding from college, and going, what was it, 18 miles was like 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, that's not bad. That's like on average.
I'm used to like traveling 30, 40, 50 miles in like a half hour because you have big highways that are not full of cars.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one time we went from like basically Annapolis to DC, which is like 30 miles, like 30, 35.
It's not one time, it's every time.
Every time, right. 2 hours later, I could have been in Richmond, Virginia.
It takes about 3 hours during rush hour. It's 45 miles and it's 3 hours.
I could have been in Richmond, Virginia. By the time I got to DC, it was crazy.
And then like when it was time to leave, it was rush hour. It's another 3 to 4 hours. So it's 7 hours going 70 miles total.
Just driving.
Yeah.
No. Now the reason LA is worse is because I literally was on GPS once. We were sitting in the car trying to get back on a highway, and I've never seen this before, but the little red dot started going backwards.
Like our car was drifting,
And
but it wasn't.
We were just sitting still. We were sitting in park, but we were going backwards. And
because it was just like adding 10, 15 minutes at a time. It was like, this is ridiculous, y'all. Anyway.
Wow, that's wild.
That is wild.
Take that, Miami.
Yeah, pretty much. So people are like, oh, traffic is bad. I was like, how bad is bad?
How bad is the traffic?
So you also are known in Let's Go with the cosplay world?
Yes.
How did you get into that? And like, what has that journey been like?
And what character do you like to portray?
Obviously, it's Thor, son of Dale, protector of the Nine Realms, former king of Asgard, potential alcoholic. It depends on the day for him. Um, I actually started doing cosplay. Was I 17? Or was I about 10 years ago? I was 17 or 18, and it was just for a senior skate night thing for high school because they thought it'd be great to socialize. And I dressed up as Thor, and it was just t-shirt with some circles spray painted on it. And then the end of that night, I was already doing research on what I wanted to do next because I really wanted to do a better version and take the insane ideas I had in my mind and put them out into the world. And I created a whole new costume on a high school budget, which turned out well, actually. And over the course, I'd average a new Thor costume every 2 or 3 years, actually. And the latest one I have is all EVA foam. It is screen accurate to Endgame and Infinity War. It's the all black. It's real sleek looking. And I've also done, and I made that entire thing myself because I'm good with my hands, I guess. I've also made a Star-Lord costume. I bought most of it, but I made the pants entirely from jeans and other fabrics. Did an Aquaman. I created armor out of yoga mats, and I'm gonna just tell everyone, don't do that. They fall apart real fast. There is no adhesive that keeps them together. And then I've kind of retooled that a lot, but I really focus on Thor the most just because it is, I mean, I've been doing Thor for 10 years now, and I've gotten to where I can turn the voice on and I don't even have to try, just raise an eyebrow, make a joke, smile. And I've met a lot of amazing people through that as well. In fact, I met a lot of people from the 501st Legion for Star Wars fans and cosplaying through being Thor here locally. And it's led to meeting people with 3D printers. I have someone 3D printing a massive life-size Stormbreaker prop for me. So I'm very excited for that.
You have.
I was like, I need this and I need it. He's like, how big do you want it? And I was like, well, how big does it say it will be in the file? What do you mean? Well, I want it to be as big as the one in the movie. So, whatever big that is, whatever size that is.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
okay. I can't wait to see the picture.
Yeah, seriously. So you went from acting, cosplay, I guess, to acting, and now you have your own podcast. Let's talk a little bit about your podcast.
So Lights, Thunder, Action Show / podcast. We've changed the name a couple times due to the fact that we started off just recording it ourselves. It's myself and David Thompson. He actually just graduated yesterday from college with his journalism degree. Shout out, David. Love you, brother.
David. But congratulations anyway.
Yes, for sure. I'm very excited for it because we met, to quote Thor, we're friends from work. We met when I still worked at the university that I went to. I worked as a personal trainer there, and we would always, there's 3 people that I worked with that I called my brain trust, because anytime I had a comic idea, we would talk about comics, movies, and then that would turn into a 3-hour chat and being like, oh no, my girlfriend's waiting on me. Oh no, I have to go to sleep. I'm like, I'm going to go home and drink. So you guys do your responsibilities. And we started the podcast around the same time that CyberCon happened. And CyberCon was our 3rd episode, and we went live for the first time. And we both decided that that's actually fun. It was a lot of fun getting fan interaction, talking with fans while we're on. And it's exploded. We are on episode... Okay, how long is this? 18, I think, is this week's episode. And we're now doing what we call the trilogy. That's wrong. The trilogy of trilogies. And we review trilogies that our fans and friends and family vote on for us to review. So last week, the first vote, they decided on Back to the Future. So we reviewed all 3 movies over 3 weeks. And then I created what I like to call the Tournament of Trilogies, where every 3 weeks, because I really miss sports, by the way. So I made a whole bracket, like it's bracketology 101, and I went deep into it. And they voted on The Dark Knight. And today we are watching, today is August 1st, allegedly. And we're going to review The Dark Knight Rises. And okay, it's going to be official. Star Wars is about to be our next one, the original trilogy. It has amassed 185, about 185 to 186 votes on average over 2 weeks, and has destroyed every other trilogy in terms of amassing votes. And we have a lot of fun. We also do what we call What the News. So we cover news topics because we're nerds and we both love film. He just loves watching it. I think he should be a film critic, and he's probably going to be like, man. But I, on the acting side, so he talks about the logistics, and he'd be really good as a producer. So David, if you're watching this, bro, I'm pushing for you. And then I enjoy the on-set, behind the scenes, little nuances that I've learned from watching hundreds of thousands of hours of behind the scenes special features on Blu-ray. And we are next week having our first interview. We're interviewing a comic creator team. There's a better term for it, but it's two guys who've created a comic called Roadkill Rampage, and they sent us their first issue. And so we're going to read it and interview them and help publicize their comic, which is going to be very exciting because we've been trying to get people on, but schedules haven't lined up. And now he works a full-time job because, bills.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if you ever need some random people that probably won't talk about comics, but it'll be fun and entertainment. Winona, take it away.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
No. I'm not that nerdy.
We are. We totally
are. Do you like movies?
Are you serious? Like, we have, if anyone goes back, like, in our YouTube and our thing, you will see the episode we did about Hooven versus Hooven. Hoovian. I said it wrong, but yeah, you'll see that episode, and that's like one of our most watched episodes ever.
It is. We don't do it anymore because it kind of like breaks up friendships. Apparently.
It does. Because like if you love the 10th Doctor and someone else loves the 11th Doctor,
or the Lady Doctor that we have now, it really does not work out well. And then we ended up into Star Trek, and then I went into Star Wars, and yeah, that just deepens. It widens cavern.
Yeah, it does.
That is exactly why our podcast goes 2 hours every time. We hit tangent town and we never come back.
Oh my goodness. So, where can people find out more about you?
Wow, everywhere these days. So you can go to my website. It's thomascarterrochester.com, and there you'll be able to find links to my Facebook, my YouTube, Instagram, my Twitter, not my TikTok, because take that, China. That is probably the easiest way to catch all of my links. You'll find my reel on there. And once you get to my Facebook page or my Instagram or the YouTube channel, Life of Thor, you'll be able to find Lights Thunder Action Show, or you can just go to Lights Thunder Action Show on Facebook and LTA Podcasting on Twitter. And then the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel is where we live stream in. We're there with the HWWS team, which, has your Whovian side, your wrestling side, your Saturday morning cartoons, all the way to sketch comedy and indie music TV, which they have music videos on there because why not?
Why not?
Why not?
It's so weird because you're like, oh, I met them when they were just interviewing people. Now they own a network. Let's just call it that.
Let's call it what it is.
TV.
And that's so happy to y'all.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So I guess I have to wrap us up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. Jade is wrapping us up. You can find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andwethought.com. While you're there, two things. Take a moment, go down to on the homepage, go down to the podcast, and go listen to the Ladies' Tales because it's our new podcast, and why not, right? episode 1. This is a new one because the table read is fabulous. So listen to that.
Yeah.
And then, more important than like listening to the podcast, is go to the ladies tab, blah, and go down to the middle and see the charities that we probably support. Yes, we know, as the saying goes, money is funny for a lot of people right now. So you don't have to donate money. Maybe you have some extra time on your hands or extra things. Maybe you want to donate it to charity. You might want to think about them. Even if you don't have that, and that is okay too. You just take a moment, go to their page, fill out the contact us form, and say, thank you for doing this wonderful work in the world, because we all need encouragement, Winona. Don't you need encouragement? I need encouragement. We all need it, and thank you in advance for that. And just remember, wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona
and Jade. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, thanks for listening.